Was it $250,000 that one of his chairs went for at auction?
Routinely up between 150 and 250,000.
I'll get them, I'll say, I see a dog, they look like this, a cat. Like, this is the first time I've ever had an animal talk to me, ever.
I wanted to see how you would feel about me taking this chair back home.
Okay. I don't like that.
Maybe it was made for some type of occultist or, ritualistic purpose.
I don't have a good feeling about this, Toby.
No? It looks like a prop from Lord of the Rings or something, so.
We want to get to the bottom of it.
Guess what I heard today, Frank? I heard that Allie uncovered some unsavory stuff.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Olympic Strange Days. I don't know what's going on behind me here, but a lot of people don't know. And I guess that's where this whole mystery of this chair begins, because something's happening here outside of the ordinary as far as a unique design for certain. A very uncomfortable design, actually. I could tell you the quick and short of this is that this chair was bestowed to one of our neighbors. Rich, why don't you come on over here and tell people a little bit about what you know about this. Of course, you may know Rich from A Flash of Beauty, Bigfoot Revealed, once Officer Rich Germeau, Bigfoot Witness, and now this chair was gifted to you, right? Like, what do we know about it?
Yeah, so this was a chair that was purchased by my uncle who passed away in 2006 and was part of his estate. And it went to my dad because essentially nobody else wanted it. And my uncle acquired it sometime after 1968, probably between 1968 1972, in that range. He bought it at an auction from Manresa Castle with another Jesuit-related item that is a mirror. And we assumed that this chair was from the Jesuits. We were told by the people that knew, well, through family, that it was a birthing chair, and that's what they were told apparently. But when you look at birthing chairs, it doesn't really look much like one.
Now, Rich, why would they say it's a birthing chair? What architecturally or what design-wise would give you that impression?
I don't know, maybe because of the back is at an angle and it's all splayed out, so when you sit in it, here I'll show you when you sit in it, it makes you sit in an uncomfortable position. I don't know if that's intended or not, but you know, arms out and you're leaning back. It's not really comfortable. You can't really totally relax in it because of the position you're in. I mean, if your head's back like this.
So as far as birthing is concerned, your legs aren't closed. So is that a possibility that a woman would have sat in that back in the early 1900s? Is that the date when this chair was made? What's the date?
The mark on it, the maker's mark is 1903. The cipher has a date of 1903.
And that's right, I think, right about here. I don't know if they can, yeah, there we go. And so it's got an R in a box 1903. What do we know about that cipher?
That's the maker's mark of a furniture maker named Charles Rohlfs.
Yeah, unusual spelling too, like Rohlfs or something.
That's correct. Yeah, yeah. You guys are the ones who are responsible for discovering it. Essentially,
Allie
is responsible.
So Allie, so the way this happened is that this was sitting in Rich's house for the longest period of time, and I wanted to take it to Manresa Castle, where it came from, just to have a gal by the name of Brooke-Ashley, who you're going to meet later in this episode, and have her as an evidential medium take a look at this chair as someone who knows Manresa Castle quite a bit, doing ghost hunting stuff, and see what she could do. But that didn't happen because Allie, you took a look at this chair once we had it in our custody, and what did you have to, let me hand you a mic here. What did you do?
Well, you were using AI to see if the the shape of the chair would bring anything up. Mm-hmm. And then I think you were like, well, nothing's coming up. And I was like, oh, did you get the maker's mark or the symbol? Mm-hmm. And then you immediately realized it was somebody pretty important.
And the reason it sounded like it was important, Rich, was because the price tag, right? Like Rohlf's stuff fetches a high price tag, especially his chairs. And so what did we find out about the price tag of some of the other chairs? Was it $250,000 that one of his chairs went for at auction?
Routinely up between 150 and 250,000. But there aren't that many items in particular. I mean, only 400 to 600 known or possible pieces that he ever made his whole time, between 1890 and like 1911 or something like that, or 1909.
And so let's fast forward now. This has been about 3 weeks or so since is it about 3 weeks since we found out all this stuff? And we made some calls to experts that know quite a bit about Charles Rohlfs and furniture mating. We called Antiques Roadshow an appraiser. They all kind of pass us off to the next person, even, just stating what you just stated here, that his chairs, some of the most prized possessions. Is this unusual for that period in time as far as the craftsmanship, right? Because he was doing really ornate stuff.
That's what they all the people that you contacted, that's one term they all used, was very unusual.
But you mentioned that there's some unique attributes. Can you stand up and show us some of the weirder things? It's because, like I said, Rohlf's work is exquisite. Like, he's an exquisite craftsman, and there's unfinished business here on this, so that would make sense, right?
It seems like this chair was
Let me see if I can get this. Go ahead.
apparently made utilitarian, that it was designed or made for a specific purpose in mind. I mean, it has this strange up here, which, I mean, you can use your own imagination to determine what that looks like. And I mean, it's not made to be comfortable. It's not really made to be sit in. It's not ornate or Victorian looking. It's not something that somebody would have put in their house as a display piece.
Right.
Nobody would want to sit in it. And I will also say that pretty much everybody that's come in contact with this chair doesn't like it. And it seems to have some sort of bad vibe or bad energy related to it. I mean, several people told us, family members and acquaintances and people that came over to our house and told us, you should probably not have that in your house. You should probably get rid of it, right? But I mean, it's an heirloom, and it's different. It's cool. So it's something that we probably wouldn't have gotten rid of. We didn't. We kept it for like 12 years.
Are you able to pick it up a little bit and show the bottom? Just because the casters, the metal casters, those are unusual, aren't they, for this time? Work for Rohlfs. He didn't do metal casters, did he?
Yeah, apparently according to AI, well, this would be the only known piece of Rohlfs with casters on it, and according to AI, this would be one of the very first examples of where the Victorian and the Industrial Age merged, and you would see the first representation of this type of a caster on a chair. I mean, I think AI said something that was like, if it was indeed made this way, that it could be like one of 3 or 4 examples known at that time. I mean, total of all furniture. I mean, it could be very, here's the thing about Rohlf's stuff is that every piece is unique because they're all mostly only one of a kind. I mean, he did commission work, and he tried to sell furniture lines and stuff of, stuff that he made and designed, but he worked out of his attic. In Buffalo.
He was a failed actor. His wife was a poet or an author. His house was decorated with his own stuff. You can go find TED Talks or PowerPoints showing that. And we were looking to see if this chair was any of the photos online as far as like his personal collection, but he didn't have unfinished work in his house. Like, you can imagine what a $250,000 chair looks like. It doesn't look like this, first of all. This looks like, it looks like a punishment chair to me. Like, this is not a chair you want to sit in for a long time, but as you were showing in the sunlight, the seat is really worn.
In the spot where your butt would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like there's a little bit of like, does it kind of look like it's a little bit worn down?
I can't tell.
Is that an optical illusion?
I can't tell.
But up here it kind of looks that way.
The finish seems worn.
It definitely is worn for sure.
So my hope is here for anyone watching is that you would do the work for us a little bit as far as like finding out what you can find out about this chair here online. Again, Charles Rohlfs, Rohlfs, 1903. What kind of wood is this, Richard?
White oak, quarter sawn white oak.
White oak. And the dimensions, I can't remember what they are, but that back has got to be near 5 feet, doesn't it? From the ground all the way to the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's, yeah, close.
About 5 foot at the back. We can't get any provenance from this as far as photographic evidence yet. But I wanted to see how you would feel about me taking this chair back home, taking it back to Manresa Castle to see if something happens with it. Maybe put an EMF meter on top of it, see if Brooke-Ashley can show up there. I think she's coming into town next week, actually.
It's mysterious in nature. It's unusual. I mean, it seems to me that maybe it was made for some type of occultist or, you know, ritualistic purpose, because it's so abnormal. It's not a comfortable chair. It's not made to sit in. It's not made for comfort. It's not made to sit in. It's not made for comfort. I mean, it's made for some specific use that we don't know what that use is at this point.
And we've heard everything from a chair used for SA, a chair used for unbirthing, a chair for birthing, and even a chair for people that are unalive to pose in. So none of that may be true. I can tell you that the chair mostly makes you feel uneasy when you're around it. But it's, I mean, just seeing it out here in the woods, it does look pretty spectacular. It looks like a prop from Lord of the Rings or something. So
We want to get to the bottom of it.
in the comments, just let us know what you found out. I mean, Charles Rohlfs, let the mystery begin. Allie, let's take this chair to Manresa Castle. We'll see if we can get a reading off it. Maybe we should take it to Sacred Portal first, where Brooke's going to do readings, and then we'll take it to Manresa Castle. Because right now there's no static charge coming off this as far as electromagnetic stuff. We've tried before, and we haven't really got. We even put a recorder on it to see if anything would pop out of it. It may be a haunted chair, but we need to kind of prove that to ourselves here. And it may be just a really cool artifact of Olympic Peninsula history, and that's still pretty cool.
Nestled in the historic undertown of Port Townsend, Washington, discover Sacred Portal, your gateway to mystical exploration. Here you'll find curated crystals, unique gifts, metaphysical tools, workshops, and even personal astrology and tarot readings.
Welcoming all, Sacred Portal inspires and elevates your spiritual journey. Step in to explore theme wonders, connect with your higher self, and embrace magic. More than a store, Sacred Portal is a destination for exploration, connection, and inner wisdom.
So here's the deal, Brooke, is like we haven't had enough time before we met here today to really kind of get to know one another. I've been to one other gallery reading you've done. My hope was yesterday that we could kind of immerse ourselves back at Fort Worden, but we were kicked out of Fort Worden. We explained that to you, and then we thought we'd get over at Manresa, and we were kicked out of Manresa Castle. That's okay, because now we kind of got you all night, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna do a gallery reading. By the way, we're here at Sacred Portal, and we have an intimate crowd, which is cool, fine with me.
Yeah.
The right people are gonna show up. We have a couple gals from Germany here. They're excited to meet you.
Oh, that's sweet.
And so explain to people a little bit about what you're gonna do tonight and what you're picking up on as far as like the energy of the day and the little surprise I have waiting for you.
Yeah, it's interesting because so what I do is I do evidential mediumship, and I connect to spirit, I connect to the other side. So I'm just a portal from one space to the next. I'm the I'm the mailman, so to speak, from one world to the next. But today the energy's been a little bit interesting, just because I've been feeling a lot of like butterflies in the chest, butterflies throughout my body. So the energy changes are palpable, and physical for me a little bit. So, and I've been having a lot of chilling through the body. So usually when that happens, when my temperature lowers like that, I know that there's something that has come around that's waiting for their opportunity. So my temperature will drop and I'll start to get like really cold fingers. Like if you touch my fingers, they're probably really cold right now. And I've been feeling that a lot. I don't feel that very often when it's just spirit readings or bringing through a loved one for somebody else. So when I get cold like that, it's usually an indicator that whatever is going on or whatever we're going to be doing already knows that I'm coming. So the energy's kind of in that space, so that I'm picking up little things throughout the day and stuff like that. Right now I'm opening myself up to, because I'm kind of like a light switch off sort of medium. Everything is in the off position until I turn it on. So I need to be aware of that energy. So it's okay for those energies to kind of come and be around me, because I'm going to need to be immersed in that eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this take a physical toll on you when you do this?
Yeah, 100%.
So tonight, will you just like collapse?
I might, but it's more of a long-term thing. I don't want to scare anybody out of mediumship, but it's more of a long-term thing. Mediums are more prone to autoimmune diseases. They're more prone to things like MS, lupus, all sorts of stuff like that. Medical issues that doctors can't figure out what's wrong with them, musculoskeletal problems and things of that nature. They're just a little more prone to that naturally anyway. So I'm used to that. Okay. That's my homeostasis anyways. But yeah, the energy is, it can go up and down depending on what you're doing. So if I do a lot of energetic work where I'm tapping into the other side for long periods of time, I will find myself a lot more tired the next day. I may need a day or two to kind of recuperate.
Okay. Now, this haunted chair, you know that much. You've seen pictures of it already, I think, on the phone. You know kind of the research that you've done on the chair itself. But what was interesting, the minute I brought it in here, you could tell that there was, describe what the room felt like as far as what this chair may be.
So when you brought it in here, I immediately felt like a lot of fluttering in my chest, like just butterflies from my throat down through my torso. A lot of butterflies. So that can mean multiple different things. It could be the energy of the chair itself makes my energy uncomfortable. When I get a lot of flutters in the chest, it could be like massive heart attack, something of that nature. It can be an indicator for heart-related problems, heart attacks. So someone who's connected to the chair could have had a massive heart attack, something like that. So I definitely was noticing that, and like a pit in my stomach. So there's something about it that kind of makes me uneasy, or it makes my energy uneasy. For sure. Yep.
And again, you're not saying you're an expert at psychometry, reading inanimate objects, but is that maybe like a dormant instinct that could be switched on over time? Because it's been like 5 years, right? Since you've been looking into this. Right.
Psychometry isn't necessarily the thing that I am like fantastic at, but I can definitely read the energy. I can at least open up myself and say, like, this is what I feel, this is what I see, this is what I hear. When I'm tapping into the fact that my intention is what's going on with this chair, what's going on with this, whatever it is. Just opening up that intention setting. For things to...
So we have some plans. After we do the gallery reading, we're going to head up with a small intimate crowd that is willing to go tromp through the woods with us. We're headed up to a sanctuary site here that's open to the public. We're going to bring you up there. You really don't know where we're going, do you?
I've never been there. I don't know where this place is, so that'll be exciting.
I don't think we'll get too muddy. I don't think it'll be crazy. We might get a little bit, but nothing bad. But I'm really excited for you to see this place. Allie, you would agree this is going to be a pretty epic thing to like film your expression when you walk up.
It's going to be exciting. I'm excited.
And then if we can, I would love to get that chair back home, because this chair that we keep talking about is from Manresa Castle. In fact, from 1903, Manresa Castle. And since it's in our custody tonight, why not bring it home for a visit to see if things change as far as your initial reading to a secondary reading.
Yeah.
And we'll do the whole thing. We'll put an EMF meter on it. We'll turn an SLS on it, see if anything comes around it. And maybe, we didn't really elaborate on what you guys did last night because it was dark. You had the lights out. But we talked a lot about a priest named Frank.
Yeah.
From Manresa Castle. We'll talk more about who this guy is, I'm sure, tonight, because I think he's probably going to come by.
He's always there.
But I want to keep you waiting. We're going to go out here and set up the camera and let you do your thing.
Sweet.
Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Brooke. I'm an evidential medium. I connect to your loved ones on the other side who crossed over through evidence and information you should be able to understand about your loved ones. So what I do is kind of like Pictionary, telephone, and charades. So I get bits and pieces through the way that I'm able to absorb messages. So I hear, I see, I feel, I know, I get all of these things, and they're like little bits and pieces of a puzzle, and I have to put them together to try to figure out what I'm understanding. I will be connecting to your loved ones tonight and trying to get this information and understanding of what it is they're showing me, and so that I can bring that to you guys. What you want to do is, if you can understand what I'm saying, you'll just raise your hand if you feel like it's your person on the other side, okay? You have two on the other side, Teresa? Two dogs?
Yeah.
Okay. Would one of your pups have had an issue with the head or the brain?
Yeah.
Okay, so your pup says hi. There's something about like having to figure out what's going on, and it's expensive. You understand?
Diagnosing cancer is expensive.
Okay, there you go. Puppy is like, oh, sorry, but really sweet, bubbly pup.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there, you guys. I don't get animals like this. Like I'll get them. I'll say, I see a dog. They look like this, a cat. Like this is the first time I've ever had an animal talk to me, ever. So.
I've actually been asking for him to come see me.
Really?
I've missed him so much the last couple of weeks.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is what's happening, Teresa. This woman came through to bring your dog forward because I don't normally connect to animals like that. So I wouldn't have noticed it if she hadn't brought this dog forward, okay? Literally running in this field, like just running in circles in this field, just really fast too. I mean, just really fast pup. So just know your pup is okay, happy as ever, doesn't feel the pain anymore, and just wanted to say hello to you today, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. Okay. I have a male coming forward who's talking about like drinking. He's a heavy drinker. He was a heavy drinker. And I feel like a little bit of a rascal, kind of crazy. So he makes me feel like he's talking about, he just kind of flew by the seat of his pants, that's for sure. Does anybody understand that?
I'd say yeah.
Okay. And he would have been a heavy drinker, correct?
Yeah.
Lots of cans of beer hanging around, like lots of cans of beer, and then I see a bottle of whiskey next to it. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's talking, because he's loud, like I can hear his voice from across the room. I feel like he talks about the fact that his drinking did nobody any favors, and he's talking about the fact that he just didn't know any other way to be. He's like, I just don't know, I didn't know any better, and I don't know any other way to be, and I feel like it ran in his family too. So I feel like whoever his father was also a drinker. Do you understand that? He's like, I feel like, look, Brooke, I don't really have the right to be here today, but I'm gonna try anyways. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. He's got a lot of apologies to make. He said, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot because all I can do is ask for forgiveness. And if I don't step forward today and ask for it, then nobody will know that I'm sorry. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, so he's coming through just to express acknowledgement. I can see it now. I can see the damage. I can see the inability for me to even see outside of myself. And I just need everybody to know that even if I went to my grave thinking that I was never wrong or whatever, I know now different. He also keeps complaining about his teeth. So would you understand either dentures or him having missing some or something like that were bothering him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who you're speaking of now.
Okay. And then so the apologies would make sense for this person?
Definitely.
Okay. So please know that he's like, I gotta lay it out all on the table today. This might be my only chance. Okay? So lots of apologies to make. he didn't know any other way. So he's like, I didn't mean to take my trauma and then turn around and turn it to your trauma that'll turn into somebody else's trauma. I didn't mean to do that. He's like, I had no way of coming out of that. I just drank it away, and I'm sorry, okay? I feel like I have a woman standing with you guys that would be like a friend, a contemporary, someone like a friend. Would you understand who that would be?
A friend?
Yeah, it could be a family member. She's standing right in between you guys, and she feels kind of like a contemporary. So either she passed away around the age you would be now, if she was older than you, or she would be around your age.
Possibly, yes.
Okay, Cancer, correct?
Ultimately, yes.
Okay. Who had the baby girl after she passed away?
Yes, her son had 2 girls.
Girls, okay. Because she's acknowledging, she shows me a pink silk bow, and that's my indicator for a girl that came after she passed. So she wants everybody to know that she's not missing out on things. She's not missing out on it. She knows she wasn't alone when she passed too. Do you understand that? She knew she was surrounded. She knew it. I feel like there's one person who was worried that she didn't know that they were there because they may have come into the room after she was unconscious. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I have to translate.
No, that's okay.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
Was my best girlfriend.
She felt like a contemporary to me. She had 2 kids, you said?
Yes.
2 kids?
Yes.
And she was not alone when she passed away. She knew she was not alone.
No, she was not.
Yeah, she wants to make sure that people know that she knows that she was surrounded by love when she passed away. She knows it. She is seeing someone before she passes away. She's seeing somebody on the other side waiting for her. Did she say that to somebody?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
They're waiting for me, she said.
Perfect. She's acknowledging that she meant that. That was for real. That was real.
Coming to get me.
Yep, exactly. So she's showing me that she's saying it and people are acknowledging this. She's saying it to people, but she wants you to know, like, that wasn't me, you know, like having a delusion. That was for real. That was for real. Okay. So she's bringing that up. Okay. She wants you to know that. It was beautiful. She said it was beautiful. She talks about a donation or something happening in her name to help other people.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, thank you. She says thank you for that, okay? That means a lot to her. She's very grateful. She loves you very much. She was glad for friendship. Do you understand the January, February on the border of those 2 months?
She dies on the 9th of February.
Got it. Okay, because she's showing me that area. She loves you very much, okay? So I'm gonna leave you with her love. Please know she's okay. She's okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. All right, okay guys, so that's gonna be it for this portion of the night.
Everybody give it up for Brooke. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, Brooke. Now we have something underneath a black drapery behind you here. And what kind of impressions you got? Because you are attached to Manresa Castle.
Yeah.
And so is this.
Okay.
And so you know more about this chair maybe than anybody in this room for sure. I mean, we know about the chair maker, but we really don't know what this chair was for.
Okay. Okay. I feel a little drugged touching it, if I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, I'm just going to say like words that are coming to me and stuff. I just got the word punishment. I don't know. I just got the word like punishment. So I feel like there's something about this chair. And I just heard the word Syracuse. So is this chair from New York?
The furniture designer is from New York.
Okay. I wonder if he's like from Syracuse or around the Syracuse area.
It could very well be. We'll wait till Allie gets back. But yeah, I mean, out of 50 states, you nailed one of them.
Okay. This is so bizarre. I don't know why I'm seeing Alaska, but because I'm seeing like what looks like Alaska. It could be Russia. Okay.
Would you feel comfortable sitting in it?
Yeah, I'll sit in it. This guy makes me feel like his art is kind of imitated through extremism. I don't know what Charles's deal is, but I feel like I don't have a lot of respect for women is how it feels to me. I don't know how this man died either, but I'm like really shaky. Like I'm really shaky. So it'd be like Parkinson's or something that would make you shake quite a bit. I also feel like I'm in like my prostate or my pancreas area. Like it's lower region pain. I'm having a lot of lower region pain as well. So if anybody knows or can figure out like possibly how he died, if there's any record of that. I immediately did see priests when I looked at this. So I feel like this chair had to have been in Manresa Castle when it was a Jesuit priest society. It had to have been, 100%. I feel like it must have been stationed in the chapel area, and I feel like the person who was speaking or preaching or whatever they were doing would have been possibly sitting in this chair. This is like the head chair. This is like Pope chair, or you know what I mean? Either priests were bringing women from the palace into the castle, or this chair was in the palace. The palace was a brothel. It was down on the water. It was a brothel at one point. And I feel like I am, like when sitting in this chair, I'm definitely feeling like women of the night for sure. But I feel like this chair was in more than one location, or someone from another location came up to where this chair was. That's how it feels to me. Ooh, okay. I don't like that. I keep getting the pain down here. I'm like, is that Charles? Is that Charles? It doesn't feel like that. It feels like women back in the day who get pregnant and don't stay that way. So I don't know if this chair could have been facilitating that, because I'm having a lot of pain in my ovaries. I'm having a lot of pain in my lower region. And I just, like, it just hit me, like I just got a vision. This could have had a medical purpose as well.
That's what we kind of assumed too, because the casters weren't used by him. He made stick furniture, and so to have a rolling kind of, chair that you got to places, that's what our instinct was, as a birthing or a medical chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what my gut was telling me.
Yep. I did hear a rumor that there was a little overflow, and for a very short period of time it could have been used for some of the overflow of birthing center or something like that. But this definitely feels like if like something did happen on this chair, it was like very painful, very painful. I feel like I'm talking about the fact that back then, getting good furniture or getting a sturdy piece of furniture was not something that a nunnery or a Jesuit society could afford. So they're going to keep any piece that they can get their hands on, really. So I feel like if this had to have dual or multiple purposes, it would have, just because I feel like back then getting sturdy furniture probably would have, you would have to ship it in and everything like that, unless you had somebody making it in the town. So I feel like this could have served multiple purposes.
Well, I'm for taking it back home, Manresa being its home for at least an hour, and seeing whether or not you get a different reading when we're on the site, to see if something approaches it and kind of tells a story.
Absolutely.
So are you okay with that?
100%.
Okay.
Overall, it was she was pretty on point with what she shared. It's kind of hard sometimes, I guess a little bit seems a little vague, but like she said, just put it in the back pocket, take it with you, and see what manifests from that.
Yes, it was a good experience. It's a little bit difficult for me to tell you more what I feel about it on English, but it was very good.
She validated quite a few points.
Yes.
Some of it was vague at first, but then she came through with 2 or 3 really spot on confirmations.
It's like
to make sure that it was her friend who came through.
So tonight we're headed into a place called Tamanawas Rock. It's an open public site for us to walk onto. The only thing is we got to be respectful because there's Native American possible relics in and around us. There are about 2 or 3 segments to this hike here. The second segment is going to call on us to go way up the side of the mountain. and it would be tough for your shoes to make it up there. So I want to get you guys up to the first level, to the sanctuary site. So we got a lot going on tonight. We should probably capitalize on the sun, and then we're going to go as a caravan, and we're just going to park all as a group and walk in. And if anybody gets uncomfortable, let me know in advance. But other than that, it should be a good time. And did you bring your SLS? What are you bringing as far as like
all of the equipment.
gear?
All of our equipment.
All
Okay.
of the equipment, yeah.
There probably won't be anybody up there. It is a Saturday, but generally I don't wander into people up there, especially this hour. Just let me know, let us know as we go here. If you're picking up anything, if you want to go a certain area, just like, wait a second.
Okay.
But it's going to take us probably about 10 minutes to get to the first site. Then I'm going to reevaluate with you ladies here, see if you want to go to the second site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's going to be easy for you to get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're very sweet.
Let's get started.
Let's go. Watch right here, it's a little dip.
Yeah, so this is first phase.
Okay.
So we're gonna go up here. It'll be very obvious where we're heading once we get there, and then we'll reevaluate where people are comfortable, and then we'll go from there. This is a pretty prominent area for people that believe in gifting Bigfoot, getting gifts here, having sightings, seeing orbs. And it seems like the hot spot is up higher. You guys go ahead. Just gonna film you hiking along. You got it. Feel the burn. Feel the burn.
The burn. It's burning. Oh my God. I don't have a good feeling about this, Toby.
No?
Do you see that?
Which part?
There's a face. Eye, nose, mouth, chin.
Yeah. So what are you picking up on that?
So this is like sacred, first of all. This is like a place where like native meets, elemental meets, fae meets. So it seems like it had been extremely sacred because I think natives would have known what was here. Yeah, this is like a mix of, it's where the worlds clash.
Are we welcomed here?
I feel like they're watching. I feel like there better be a level of respect. Okay.
If you can, make it over here, Brooke, because there's more to see. And we mean no disrespect.
Okay, that's interesting. They just said your health, we can take it away or we can give it. So they kind of are talking about holding all the cards. Your health, we can take it from you and we can give it back.
Believe it or not, there are people that climb this. There's rope holds right here.
Yeah.
And toe holds. So you'll have people go on the other north face and then they'll come down right here. But the legend goes, and I want to see if this is true, is that when the flood happened, the global flood that pretty much every country speaks of, this was one of the last rocks up on top of this mountain where they tied their canoes because the water came so high for years.
Yeah.
And so these are sea cliffs.
Yeah.
And so water slapping up against there causing that erosion.
Yeah, absolutely agree with that. That's true. Because I feel like even though they're sea cliffs, I feel like the water that was here was also sacred. So I feel like natives, there's something about water moving away and coming back in and moving away and coming back in. So I feel like there's got to be something about areas of this that they could access, caves or areas that they could access through lower water sea levels, but they knew that it could rise as well. So there was only certain times that they could get to it. I feel like it'd be like around this corner here. Would you understand there being like caves on the other side of this?
Yeah, there is a couple caves around there. There's a couple of what look like meditation spots.
Okay.
They look like you would maybe insert your head into them.
Okay.
That's as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah. Yeah. Something about a receding and coming back that natives, like it kept it secret. It kept it secret so they could access it, but it could stay hidden at the same time. And I feel like it's around this way. So it feels like there's an energetic time limit. So if you stay too long, what will happen is you'll start to get disoriented and you will have trouble figuring out what it's like. Your mind plays tricks on you. Like you think this way is that way, you think that way is this way, and you start to get confused, and finding your way out might be complicated. So I feel like the longer you stay here, the more disoriented you will get.
What do you? I didn't expect you to talk about elementals. Where are you at with that? Like as a belief system, do you get information beyond? What kind of elementals?
So earth elementals for sure. The elementals are interesting because they take on a lot of different forms. For me, they just feel like an energy, like something that you can't put your finger on tangibly. It's elementals were before the dawn of time, before man. So they're connected to like the core of the earth. They're connected to the elements of earth. They're protectors of the earth. They don't, in my opinion, from what I've seen, they don't care about humans. They don't, that's not their concern. Their concern is to keep this planet moving in the direction it needs to, flowing in the direction it needs to. So if it finds humans to be of a disruption, that could be a real problem for people. Yeah. You got to be careful out here with the elemental energy. You don't want to do anything that's going to... I feel like a lot of people play with fire when they're doing that. Me personally, I listen. If I feel like they're like, your time is up, you got to go.
Yeah.
It's best to listen to that because elementals they're like the ultimate energy. So they have the ability to take things from you, take your health, make you sick, make you disoriented, things of that nature. Does anybody talk about there being caves around here?
Yes.
I just keep hearing like there's a cave.
Well, let's go see them.
Okay.
You guys want to try phase 2? Or do you want to head back? Because I can show you how to get back right now.
I think we should probably go back.
Okay, well, let me show you where you're going to go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Watch your step here. Why don't you guys follow us out? We're going to go this way, too.
Okay. All Toby's going to hear in his recordings is...
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and walk up through that little zone right there. And so this network of possible sandstone sea cliffs goes all the way to our house. In fact, it snakes through the forest here. Nobody really knows that. Into other systems like this. Maybe not as dramatic, but there's every possibility that these were dwellings as well as they were carved naturally. So who knows what's up there, like 50 feet up. No one's been in there unless you dropped off that mountain. Off to the left there are what we would call spirit holes for offerings.
Yeah.
Feathers, flowers, notes, intentions, things like that.
Yeah. These feel really ceremonial, the bigger caves.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the water was gone for a long time and those were used.
What's going on inside that?
I'm just asking if it's okay to sit here. Okay, so I'm gonna sit right here and I think that we should put a REM pod behind me, Mart. So I'll let you choose what REM pod.
Our exposure to people like you, Brooklyn, is it possible there'll be a bleed over effect and that we'll start getting a little bit more intuitive ourselves? Does it work that way?
Yep, absolutely. Especially because Allie's already super intuitive anyway. Yeah, you're psychic, so let's be real about it. So a lot of people don't recognize it or they don't kind of step into that, but she could do what I do very easily if she tried, so.
Is that something you can see in her physically? What do you see?
I could just feel it.
Feel it, okay.
Yeah.
Because we have a friend, Tara, talks about seeing an aura around people. Do you see auras?
I can.
Okay.
I hear it. A
Okay.
lot of people physically see it. I hear it. You've got a lot of lavender and a lot of like fuchsia and purple in your aura. So that's like really psychic and highly intuitive. So just being in your energy, I can tell when someone's got that. Like you're very open.
Okay.
Any non-living or non-human energy, person is in this space. This beautiful, beautiful, sacred space. I have a little red light behind me. If you used to sit in here, if you used to spend time in here, could you touch the little red dot behind me? And I come with utmost respect. You don't have to talk to us if you don't want to. You really don't. But it's nice for us to know who is here or what is here so that we can honor that. All right, so they're not messing with the REM pod.
And how often have you guys gone to sacred or ceremonial spaces outdoors to do this?
We haven't.
Okay.
We usually do buildings, indoor stuff. We haven't had a chance to come to places like this yet.
Okay.
It's perfect. Yeah. So whoever is here, whatever is here, if you want to sit next to me, right here, feel free to do that. This little green light isn't going to hurt you. It's not going to do anything to harm you. So if you want, you can sit right next to it. My partner is going to put some headphones on, and he's going to be holding a box, and it scans these frequencies. You're going to be able to talk to him or talk to us through that box. You're going to be able to clearly tell us what you want to say, whether it's leave, what it is that you want. Is there something we can do? You just got to talk, manipulate that little box to say what you want it to say. Do you want us here? Is it okay that we're here?
Public.
This is a public place, yes. So is that a... What did you just say?
Ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Are you ready to talk?
Friends.
Yes, we're friends. We're friends. We come with a lot of respect. We're friends.
You know.
I do. We do know. Are you talking about the fact that we know your energy? We know who you are. We have respect for your ways.
Mart.
Yep. His name's Martin.
Land.
Yes. Is this your land? I heard that. Did you hear that? We know this is your land. We know. It's beautiful.
I felt like something was like tugging me right in here.
Are you grabbing Martin's leg? Are you okay with the equipment with the lights that I have here with me?
Right.
Okay. Do you want to touch one of them?
Okay.
Okay, great. They're right behind me, right here and right here.
Guilt.
Guilt. Do you feel guilty about something?
All things.
You feel guilty about all things? Yeah, I did. I felt that. What are you guilty about? Who are you? Do you have a name?
Scream.
Scream. Did something bad happen here?
Pocket.
What's in the pocket? What's with the pocket? Are you talking about Mart? He's got a lot of things in his pocket. He's got a knife in his pocket. Is that okay?
Stay.
We can stay.
That sounded like a young male kind of crying, saying stay.
Oh my gosh, okay. Are you lonely here? Is that why you want us to stay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are? I'm so sorry that you feel lonely. Is there something we could do or bring you that would make you feel less lonely?
Hurts now.
Oh. Let us know what we can do. We really mean that. Do you like flowers?
Watch me.
Oh, where are you? Can you?
Not now.
Okay. You don't want me to
A
watch
lot.
you? Okay. Can you tell me what direction you're at? North, south, east, west, something like that?
Fruit or food or...
Oh, you want us to bring fruit or food as a offering?
A lot of people saying,
Like,
it happened
a
like
chant?
3 different people said,
That's
like
like
they
a,
were getting hit.
that could be chant though too, like a chant. Okay. You want us to bring you an offering of fruit or food? Is there any last thing you want to say before we leave tonight? It's very peaceful here.
Bridge.
Bridge. Was there a bridge around here? Or is there a bridge between us? You're bridging the gap between you and us.
You ruined it?
My bad.
Way to go.
I will.
Okay.
Out.
You want us to get out? We can leave. Is there more than one person here?
I got it.
I feel like there's more than one now. And they're arguing over who's going to talk to us. One of them's saying get out, the other one's being nice. Yeah.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Hunt.
That's so weird. I was looking at this thinking that it looked like an arrowhead, and then he just said hunt. So we're going to take off. Is there any last thing you want to say before we leave? We're really grateful that you let us here.
I heard that.
Big.
Yeah, it was big.
Wow.
Body.
Okay, we're going to shut it down now. So if there's any last things you want to say before we go.
Special.
Okay. Yeah, this place is very special. Yeah, this place is very special.
Yeah, this place is very special.
Thank you for letting us be here. Thank you for letting us come up here and see this.
All right. Next time you see us, we're going to be down at the car heading back to Manresa Castle. Now, listen, if we don't get there in time, which I think we will, but if we didn't, I say we still go for it. Okay, Allie, this is the part of the show where I explain that, well, you know, I didn't have the audio synced up with the wireless mics. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Mistakes happen.
But we got the shot, and as you can see, and as you remember, we're in Manresa Castle after hours with Brooke and Martin, and we're doing a small test here, you know, to explain to people exactly what's on the chair and what's happening.
Yeah, luckily the employee was cool with us going in there and doing this, but they had all of the gadgets. We've got a couple ourselves, but they've got like the real deal stuff. And Furbies, as you can see.
What's up with the Furbies? I don't get that.
So they're touch sensitive, she said, and I actually saw one of them go off on their own. So if something touches it, it will light up. It kind of had like a third eye, like a centered forehead light that would light up.
The Furbies have a pineal gland.
Yeah, totally.
And so those aren't like added to. You can buy a Furby and they will become a ghost, like hunting thing. They're not like they've been messed with or like.
I don't know if these already. I didn't see any ghost stuff on the cardboard boxes back there, but I can't believe we didn't like Google this as soon as we left.
Okay.
We gotta look
so
into that.
Martin's got his. This is an SLS camera here, so he's explaining as I'm pointing out that this is, you know, basically a Microsoft gaming system. That I don't know who did this, but they took basically the hardware out of the gaming system and put an iPad Touch or a, you know, just a simple iPad on top of the system and a handle, and now it's basically reading through, I suspect, some kind of LiDAR or laser in there to read a human form that you can't see. And I just missed the shot, so unfortunately we'll get it here in the latter part of the video, but there was something briefly sitting on the chair, and we should mention too, like, this chair is super active right now as far as electromagnetic charge, because we're not getting anything otherwise when we bring this off the chair.
Yeah, the EMF detector immediately, as soon as I brought it out of the backpack and put it on the chair, was going like pinging to red. And that actually happened to us during the Manresa Castle event we had, doing the haunted history. And so that was kind of interesting. Seems like every time we bring our EMF in that place, it just goes nuts, which it doesn't do that for me anywhere else.
Yeah, and you know, as I'm looking at Brooke's mic, though, her mic is on her lapel, and so I'm just wondering if we had an issue here that wasn't my fault. I'm going to blame the ghost here.
Oh, yeah.
But
Totally
it could
Yeah,
probably is my fault. Okay, so we're showing that the background electromagnetic charge is, you know, going almost halfway up the bar, but not up to the red. So it's not like the ambient wires from this old building are causing this.
No, and Brooke actually said that. She has like a more legitimate EMF detector. What does she call it? Like a meter?
Yeah, meter.
A meter. And they went into like this, like the subfloor?
Down to like the basement.
Yeah, like where there's dirt and stuff, and they
Mm-hmm.
had wires hanging above them, and she said that they barely got over a 1 down there. And then when they were up on the
Mm-hmm.
3rd floor, I believe, she said they kept getting like crazy readings, and it didn't make any sense when they were exposed to the wires.
Now, as I was panning by there, you can see that there's an enclave, a small family focused in on us as soon as we brought that creepy chair in. And they had an inkling just based upon, like, she's wearing her logo on her shirt, and we have all of our gear.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like newbies getting into paranormal investigations, this family. And so they came upstairs and just kind of hung out.
Yeah, I
watched.
think they picked the perfect night. I think you're about to find your being in the chair coming back on the SLS here in just a second.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's got his phone recording the screen, so here you go. Now, this is the part of, the more interesting, I guess you would call it, evidence here. The skeptic would say that the dot matrixing is trying to read the chair, and so the chair is not actually, have a spirit sitting in it, but it's the system being confused over how to basically, pareidolia for technology, really.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes on for quite a while, and meanwhile this REM pod in the lower left-hand corner is also going off like a maniac.
Yeah. Prior to this moment, there was a moment where I came down and got you because it started just going insane, like something was grabbing onto it. And mind you, she put it on the setting with like, it has more sensitive settings you can change it to, but she had it on the one where you have to kind of almost physically grab it to set it off. And this thing was just full-fledged, like going off as if something had a grasp of it and wasn't letting go. So...
Yeah, we tried to go with as minimal as light as we could up there, just to, I think that when you shut off all the lights, all your other senses come alive. Mm-hmm. That's why I think night hiking is so promising compared to day hiking, because other parts of you become alert.
Yeah.
But in order for, in this case, my GoPro to pick up anything worth showing the audience here, we had to use a floodlight here. But you can see like the REM pod is going crazy, and she's pretty shocked by this because they don't usually get anything.
Yeah, she said it's never gone off in the chapel, which is where we are. Usually it's the 2nd and 3rd floor.
Okay. Now this is the part of the show where the audio comes back miraculously, and
Yes.
you guys do the Estes method, which is a double-blind test where you guys are listening to spirit contact through you. So let's go ahead and play that now for the folks.
So what's happening is they are saying what they're hearing through the ghost box, through the frequencies, the radio frequencies. They can't hear us asking questions. They're just saying what they hear. They're both saying it. So the hope is that it's going to correlate with what we are asking. So that's the hope. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to do a call and response. Okay. Yeah.
It was a real deep voice that said this.
Okay. Frank, are you here?
Brooke.
That's my name.
Okay.
Yep. That's me. Hi, Frank. How are you? I know you know me. We've had many a conversation. Guess what I heard today, Frank? I heard that Allie uncovered some unsavory stuff. Did you know that there was documentation about what happened here with some of the Jesuit priests?
Dang.
That's right. Dang. So.
Busted.
Busted.
I can't.
Frank, were you in on some of this? Some of these reports? Was that you?
31.
Ooh.
Is that how old you were, or is that how many victims you might have had?
Give it. Yikes.
Yeah, yikes, Frank.
There was a female that said yikes.
Interesting. Does it bother you that Ali uncovered some things that have been documented?
6.
6 what? 6 was said yesterday as well. What is the number 6?
The window.
Which window am I looking at?
A figure.
Is there a window I'm looking at? Window you want me to look at?
Looking.
Okay.
For us.
Looking for us? We're looking for anybody who's in this building, not just Frank. Are there more people here that hang out in this space? Frank, are you not going to touch the REM pod anymore?
Angel.
Yeah.
Second.
Interesting.
Hold on a second.
Okay. We can hold on. What do you want me to hold on for? Who's here other than Frank? Who's Jeff?
Yes.
Is Jeff here? We usually only talk to Frank.
Seth.
Seth. Is it Seth or Jeff? Were you a priest here as well?
I got my hand.
Okay. Are you guys taking turns talking? I'm feeling a ton of pain in my head. Is that one of you doing that? My jaw up to my head?
They said F your.
Oh my God. Frank, don't tell us all your secrets. Frank, you're not going to nasty me away. You already know that that's not going to, yeah, that's not going to work. But is there something that you want to say? Is there a reason that you always stay here? A reason you haven't left? Do you plan on ever leaving this place?
Help.
How do you
It
want?
sounded like a little kid.
Oh, are there children here? I couldn't tell what she said, but she said something the same time he said something. Where are the kids at?
And they were
Outside.
The kids are outside?
Right.
Okay. Why do they stay outside? Why are they not in here? Frank, are you going to touch one of these REM pods? Or are you done with
Yeah, if you wanna.
Yeah, could you? Could you touch the one?
After.
Yeah.
ball.
Interesting. Do you want me to move it? Do you want me to put it in the middle of the room? Do you remember Nathan?
2.
Stupid.
You.
Okay. I remember you were trying to get under Nathan's skin pretty good. You thought that was pretty. Do you want me to bring Nathan back here? Does it bother you because he can sense you more than other people can?
4th of July.
Oh, it's coming up. Are you excited about the 4th of July festivities? There's an ice and bice coming. Did you know that?
Maybe that's what he's excited.
Mm-hmm.
Today,
No?
girl,
I think it is a female.
always.
Interesting.
Sort of woman go, ugh.
Okay. Kate, are you here? I don't know why Kate would be here, but
Until.
is there anybody other than Frank that wants to talk? Seems like there's a handful of people, actually.
Drop. Breathe.
I'm not gonna go.
You don't have to go. No one's going to make you leave. You don't have to leave. But while you're here, you might as well maybe entertain a few people. You know what I mean? You don't have to leave, though, if you don't want to leave.
Wait.
That's terrific.
Okay, good. So we understand each other. You don't have to leave.
Mom.
Who's watching?
Trying.
Who's watching over the kids that are at this castle? The children that stay here. Who's watching over them?
First.
The 1920s.
1920s first. Okay. The 1920s.
Home.
Yeah, is this your home?
Home.
Oh yeah. 1920s would have been, I think, when some of the nuns might have been here, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. Okay. So are the nuns looking out for the kids? The children's spirits? Is it the nuns?
Next.
Okay. Is somebody stopping?
Hi.
You'll have to.
Okay. How can we protect the kids? How can we make sure that the kids
There's
are...
a chair.
Yeah, I'm sitting on a chair. Are you talking about the one I'm sitting on?
Forgive me.
Oh,
Forgive all
3.
of them.
okay.
Oh, I just got chills.
Oh, God. They're talking about the chair. They're talking about stuff that happened with this
4.
chair. Yep. That's so creepy.
Lost.
How can we help you?
Right here.
Yeah, I know you guys are here. What can we do? Do you want us to pray for you?
Lost. It was. It sounded like a little girl.
Talk to us, please.
Okay. So you like it when people talk to you and remember that you're here. And you like being spoken to and acknowledged.
Orange.
Do you want people here
Karma.
to... Oh, okay.
Me.
Oh,
Love.
okay. This is interesting. I'm going to just sit back and listen.
Nice. Bedtime.
Power. Afternoon.
There's just like a barrage
Justice.
of people that have come in all this.
Wanna bring.
They're just going
Work
back
out.
and forth.
I meant what I said.
Are you talking to each other?
They can't hear anything. They're listening to. Okay. Do you want to pull him out of Estes method now? Because I feel like it just like a whole portal opened up.
Okay, I'll let you talk to him.
That's interesting.
What's up?
Yeah, that was creepy.
Turn that down for a second, Allie, so I can hear you. What did you pick up off that?
I like, must be like an emotional.
Yeah.
Were you crying?
Yeah. It's emotional. Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's interesting because I'll tell you what happened. It's really crazy. You said the chair, and then you immediately said, like, forgive us, all of us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
My whole body just like got warm and like tingly.
Yeah. And then she said, oh my God, I have chills. So you said the chair, and she said, forgive us, forgive all of us. And then she's like, I've got the chills. Yeah. That's crazy.
Are you alright?
Yeah. Just
That's,
like it
yeah.
hit out of nowhere. Like
Yeah,
I don't feel like upset, but it just was uncontrollable.
Male or female voice, or could you say?
I think it was male.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then the kids were coming in, the children's spirits were coming in, and then it was just like people talking over each other. You guys were just talking. You'd say something, he'd say something. You.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, then it's like just this big portal kind of opened up, is what it felt like.
I know there was like a deep voice that came through a few times, and it was a deep, real deep voice.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It didn't, not like demonic or any of that crap, but it was just like a deep, powerful.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's interesting.
Because she said power.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end, it was just, you guys were both just going at it. It was like, it was kind of crazy. I was like, okay, we should probably shut it down because it's like just building and building and building and building.
Like that after the forgive me thing.
Yeah.
It was like, it became very physical after that. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a lot of stuff at the beginning, then towards like the middle, it like slowed down, but then it really built up.
Yeah. I asked about Nathan. Like, what do you want Nathan to come back here? And she was like, stupid.
Oh, really?
You remember how he kept trying to poke Nathan's buttons? Yeah. Nathan's my son.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
There was a point that I slowed down the speed. Because there was like so much, but I couldn't say everything that I was getting. It was just moving too quick, so I slowed it down.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think that's when I got the deep voice.
Yeah.
I wanted to slow mine down, and then I thought I'd screw it up.
Oh,
I didn't.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
I was very surprised I could remember what button it was.
You're like, which one is it? That's really interesting. Like, and the funny thing is, while you guys were doing this, they weren't touching any of the REM pods at all.
Did any of the
This has been going
SLS?
off and on.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know. It was over with.
No, I had the kids over here watching it because I was over here, but the battery's dying on it.
Yeah. Okay. Not surprising. It doesn't hold the
Did you guys
longest.
see
drive.
anything?
Yeah, we saw something.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Yeah, that was really crazy because it correlated a lot, and I feel like I'd have to watch it back to remember everything that was said, but it was, and then it just, like, when you said you started to feel it build, I felt it building too, because you guys were just, it was like, you'd say things, then you're talking, it's like almost fighting for, it was just 20 people talking at once. I was like, yeah, let's just.
To be fair, like when I spent a whole day researching that stuff, like the Jesuit stuff in the area, like I kind of just like compartmentalized. Felt like me having that emotional reaction was after hearing that and just feeling like the ickiness of all of it. Like,
And the thing is, I brought up the fact that I said, how do you feel about the fact that Allie found out some stuff today?
Yeah.
And they were reacting, he was reacting to that.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I can't listen back.
He said something like, what did he say, like, oh crap, or you said damn afterwards. Yeah.
All right, squeeze in, guys.
Okay. Oh, it's so windy.
Well, overall, we don't really know. We don't have full answers yet, but I think it was a success that we got in there. We did have a measurable difference. We didn't catch everything on camera because everything's happening pretty fast. But overall,
we'll charge people next time.
We'll charge people. Yeah, we had some fans watching in the background there, so that was cool. All right, thanks again, Martin. Thanks.
Oh yeah, no, thank you guys.
Yeah, it was great. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Great.
Bye.
Bye.